Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be discussing UFC 288. Henry Cejudo, Aljamain Sterling, the main event. Henry Cejudo's comeback. And you see the title. I already told you how I feel about this fight. I believe Henry Cejudo gets the job done. And he knocks out or TKOs Aljamain Sterling. And I predict that he will do it in 3 rounds. Now, I'm just going to give you my reasonings on why I believe that is going to happen. I think Henry Cejudo is going to be able to stay on the feet against Aljamain Sterling. I know that there's a big layoff for Henry Cejudo. He hasn't fought since 2020, and that was literally the first part of the pandemic. But Henry Cejudo, you make it seem like Henry Cejudo hasn't been training since, obviously, he's been gone. He's still been training. He still is doing things and stuff like that that are benefiting him and keeping himself in good shape, keeping himself active. And I really do believe that, in my honest opinion, he's able to stay on the feet against Aljamain Sterling. I think Aljamain Sterling could definitely take him down, but it's going to be a tough time. And the last time we saw Aljamain Sterling try and do a takedown and fail, what happened? You saw the fight with him and Petr Yan the first time around. Even the second time around as well. He kind of looks like he's given up in a way. You know what I mean? Or like, oh, he has to now stand and actually has to strike with somebody who's a better striker than him. And I believe that Henry Cejudo is a better striker than Aljamain Sterling. Yes, the height advantage for Aljamain is going to play a factor. But I think later on, Henry Cejudo is going to be able, especially in the later rounds, I think by the 3rd round, he's going to be able to get in and attack Aljamain Sterling, get close, and be able to just, I want to say dominate him on the feet, but he's going to catch him with something in that 3rd round. I believe that he will catch him with something, and he's going to put him down, and he's just going to finish him off on the ground, and that's going to be the end of the fight. Henry Cejudo is super underrated on the feet. We saw him against Marlon Moraes. I watched that fight before making this video. I watched it a few days ago. And that was the last time Marlon Moraes was actually good. Marlon Moraes actually looked like competent. And what did he do? What did he do against Marlon Moraes? He was able to take Marlon Moraes' big shots, his biggest shots, and then he was able to get in there, use his knees, use use those to his advantage. You know what I mean? In the clinch. Like, Henry Cejudo's clinch game in that fight was absolutely insane. The knees that he was able to use. You know what I mean? I feel like he's going to be able to do the same thing against Aljamain Sterling. I don't think Aljamain Sterling wants to see him, honestly, on the feet. I really don't. Like, if we get that Henry Cejudo is putting out Aljamain Sterling, I'm telling you right now. It's a pick'em fight. So anything can happen in this fight. Aljamain Sterling could win, and he can win by decision. Hell, could he possibly submit? Maybe. But I doubt that happens. Henry Cejudo is an Olympic gold medalist wrestler. I'm pretty sure he's going to be able to stay on the feet for the most part. He might get taken down in that 2nd round, but in the 3rd round, I feel like, listen, I think stamina is going to play a big factor against Aljamain Sterling. You saw what happened in the later rounds against Petr Yan in both fights. In the 4th and 5th round, I mean, you saw Petr Yan be able to stuff the takedowns, and he was dominating Aljamain Sterling. It happened both times. I mean, he did nothing again. Aljamain Sterling did nothing against Petr Yan, especially in that first fight. I think Henry Cejudo, with his takedown defense, he will be able to stay on the feet, and he's going to eventually take out Aljamain Sterling. Aljamain Sterling doesn't have the greatest chin. He got his ass knocked out by Marlon. He actually got his ass knocked out by Marlon Moraes. He did. So, listen, his chin is not the greatest. And I believe that that's going to play a big factor. I think he's going to get caught. I think Henry Cejudo is going to be able to catch him at some point in time. And at the end of the day, I got Henry Cejudo winning. And I have him winning by knockout in the 3rd round. It will be, obviously, listen, the odds right now has a -115 to Henry Cejudo, -105 for Aljamain. Henry Cejudo is barely the favorite in this fight. Honestly, I don't even think he should be the favorite because you take everything into perspective right now, right? Henry Cejudo hasn't fought in 3 years. There's going to be obviously some rust, especially in that 1st round. I think Aljamain Sterling is going to be able to probably take the first 2 rounds, to be honest with you. And then that 3rd round is when the fatigue sets in for Aljamain Sterling. I believe Aljamain Sterling, he's gonna struggle with the takedowns, but he's gonna have more output because that's how Aljamain Sterling is. He has a lot of output in the first few rounds, and then once it gets to those later rounds, you're gonna see Aljamain Sterling fade, especially in that third round, and then he's gonna get caught by Henry Cejudo with some type of shot. And I mean, it could go the same way how I feel like the Marlon Moraes fight went, where Henry Cejudo was able to ground and pound him and then get the finish. You know what I mean? He was able to take him down and get the ground and pound because of the fatigue. And that's what I feel like could happen to Aljamain Sterling. But it's a close fight. I'm not saying this with full confidence. I just have to make a prediction. This is a predictions video, so I got to say that Henry Cejudo wins this fight, and I got him winning by third round TKO. I'm going to go TKO. I don't know about knockout, you know. But listen, Henry Cejudo, man, he's very underrated on the feet, man. I think he can do it. I believe in Henry Cejudo. Even with the big layoff, I got him winning the fight, and he's going to be the new bantamweight champion. Let's talk about the co-main event. Let's talk about some of the other fights real quick. The co-main events, Belal Muhammad and Gilbert Burns. Very, very good fight. Very interesting fight. I got Gilbert Burns. I think Gilbert Burns, to me, he's not going to be worrying about the takedown. I think he has more power than Belal Muhammad. And I think that Gilbert Burns, I mean, he's obviously been more... he just had a fight literally like last month. Not even last month, like a few weeks ago. I mean... And didn't really take too much damage from Jorge Masvidal. Belal Muhammad, there was a report that he's cutting 40 pounds. That is going to play a big factor in the fight as well. This is not a catchweight fight. This is a welterweight fight. And I think Gilbert Burns is going to be able to beat him. I think Gilbert Burns, a lot of people are picking him to win by KO or TKO. I think that is going to happen. I think by the second round, I think Gilbert Burns gets the job done, and I think he gets a TKO or a KO victory on Belal Muhammad. I really do believe it. And I really do I think Belal Muhammad will do good in the first round. I think it's a feel-out process at first, but I think Gilbert Burns later on is going to catch him with something, because I think Belal's going to try and shoot for takedowns. I think that's what he's going to do. And then when he sees that he's not going to be able to, he's going to try and strike with Gilbert Burns, and that's not a good idea whatsoever, because Gilbert Burns, to me, is a better striker. And I think he catches him with something. Maybe a straight right hand right down the middle, and he catches him, he puts him down, and then maybe the ground and pound after that, and it's over. Belal Muhammad loses to Gilbert Burns. But this is a pretty interesting fight too. Very, very interesting. Obviously, we got this fight because I think it was Oliveira and Beneil Dariush. Beneil Dariush and Oliveira got cut from this fight card, so they replaced it with this fight, and it's a great fight, man. But yeah, Belal Muhammad having to cut 40 pounds is crazy. That's going to play a big factor into this fight. I really do believe. And I think Gilbert Burns gets the job done. Gilbert Burns wins. And what is after this? I don't know. I mean, I don't know if if Burns is going to get a title fight. I think he will probably be the backup fighter for Colby Covington and Leon Edwards for the most part. So, yeah. But I got Gilbert Burns winning and beating Belal Muhammad. So, guys, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys soon with another video. Like the video, and God bless y'all. Peace.